Well, it's a very special welcome to Aggie today. It's marvellous to see you. And of course, you've been back in the news a great deal recently because of the sad passing of Kim Woodburn, your partner in crime, you could say, because you two really did get up to some tricks, didn't you?
That's right. We were together for many years. And I didn't know that Kim had been ill, actually. So it was a bit of a shock to hear it. Actually, the weird thing was, on the morning it happened, I wasn't aware. I had a message on WhatsApp from my son. It just said, Kim. And above that message was a picture of my 2-year-old granddaughter, and her hair was all fluffy and bouffant, and she had this frilly shirt on. I thought he meant, doesn't she look like Kim? So I replied, smiley face. And then the messages came in that she died. It was really shocking, actually.
I mean, before we talk about it, let's just have a look and remind everybody of you two in action. This is Aggie and Kim on How Clean Is Your House?
Steve, this is hell on earth.
No, it's not.
Look, on a scale of 1 to 10.
11.
23!
Cook out here or eat out here.
Listen, this is a pigsty.
Oink.
It's... Stop it.
Did you hear that, Kim?
Look.
Cheeky as well.
I mean, my goodness, and it's no secret that you had not spoken. People had seen Kim many times on various different reality shows being, I mean, I think the euphemism that you would use is difficult, unpredictable, controversial, combative, many things, provocative in a really jarring kind of a way. Yeah. And you two had sort of parted ways, hadn't you?
Yes,
really?
I mean, it's not difficult to see that we were chalk and cheese. And I think that's one of the reasons why it worked so well on camera. We were so different and we didn't ever become friends. I wanted to become friends, but Kim didn't do friends. So this kind of friction between us, I think, created lots of energy. And then once the cameras came on, we managed to do it really well. It was very interesting how it worked. And then once the cameras were off, then we'd go to either sides of the room. Actually.
Is it true that you used to dream about her and dream about a sort of reconciliation?
Yes, actually. I still do dream about Kim. Yeah. And it's that sense of, I come to her and we come together and dream, and Kim's face is kind of soft, and I say, should we be friends? And then the dream ends, so I never know the answer.
It sounds trauma, and it's like that kind of friendship that you never got the closure on.
Actually, I'll tell you something else. When I was going through difficulties in my marriage and I was having therapy, I spent a few weeks talking about my relationship with my husband, and then after that, it went on to talking about my relationship with Kim, which was a much bigger problem for me than my marriage.
I think one of the things that's so interesting is if you work in an office next to someone, if you work in a cab company, if you work on a building site, people don't expect you to be best friends or even friends. You're just work colleagues. You don't have to be chums. But if you're on a television show together, people assume that you're best mates, and there's something peculiar if you're not.
I know.
And so there is a pressure, isn't there?
That's right. I used to be really envious of Ant and Dec and Trinny and Susanna, who were naturally mates.
They're genuinely friends, both of those two. Yeah.
I know, but you and Kim, though.
I know, but then you're doing this work and you're doing really well, and you're mates with your co-star, but I didn't have that.
No. I mean, do you think it was partly because she'd had such an incredibly difficult childhood?
Definitely.
Because she really had the most brutal, hadn't she, of early starts in life. It couldn't have been worse. She had a mother who couldn't bear her.
That's
she had all sorts
She had an abusive childhood. She and her sister spent a few years in a Bernardo's home, and then the mother went on to have many more children after that. And Kim told me once, Kim did have moments of sort of unveiling herself. And one time, this is early on in our relationship, she said to me, I went to my mother's funeral and the priest read out all the names of the children apart from mine. Yeah. And she said, I've never actually been born. It was so sad. Yeah. It was so sad.
So do you think because of that she couldn't make you a friend?
I think she didn't trust anybody apart from her husband Pete.
Do you feel No. Do you feel her personality overshadowed yours, and you felt kind of, that kind of beaches scene where the friend's always in the background? Did you feel that?
Yeah, I mean, Kim was a very large woman, physically and temperamentally.
And big personality.
Big voice, big personality. So, yes, I was very much the kind of like the sidekick.
Yeah, and you're a person as well. Do you feel you were always overshadowed?
Yes, I think so. But, you know, the other difficulty was that I think she was also very jealous. I was the one with the normal life with friends and, the family, children, and, I got on with everyone on set. And for Kim, because she had a difficult beginning in life and lots of conflict in her family, that's what her norm was.
That's right.
And I think that if things were going well on set, it was like she couldn't handle it. She couldn't handle.
She had to
peace
create
and quiet.
chaos.
Well, I
She
remember
had
her
to
doing
create
exactly
chaos.
the same in a show that I was
Yeah.
presenting a show,
Yeah.
and you were both on it, and the question was, should bath towels be washed? How often did you wash your bath towels? And she said, absolutely, definitely, in the most emphatic way, as if there were no argument could be brooked. Every bath towel must be washed. And she did it like this, I think, didn't she? She did it. Every bath towel must be washed every day.
Right.
And I said, every day? If it's only your own bath towel and you're using it every day. And I said, the expense, and the planet, and the
time.
water, the time, your own bath. After all, you only use your bath towel after you've just had a bath, so you are clean. It's not like you use it when you're dirty. Gosh, she wasn't having any of it. And she said, well, think about how women are designed. And she said it in a much more,
Graphic way.
much more unacceptable manner. And it was on the BBC, and I thought, oh my God, she's going to get me fired. And she said, think about the female equipment and just think about it. So I suddenly had to think about it. So did everyone else listening. We all suddenly had to think about it, which I
Whether you
really
liked
didn't
it or
want to
not.
do. And she said, when you think about it, you can see that everybody must wash their towels every day. But when you say dominant, louder, bigger, more affirmative, more assertive, extraordinary person, I would like to pay tribute to her. We really shall never see her like again, will we?
No.
Never.